Namaskar, Swamiji.
Namaskar.
Today we're going to speak about the meeting point between science and spirituality. What is your take on that? Because a lot of people are asking about science, where's science, and where does it meet with spirituality?
For many years, the consensus was that where science ends, spirituality begins. And I used to quote the same thing for many years. But as I understand now from my studies, from my personal observation and experiments, there is absolutely no difference between science and spirituality.
How is that?
It depends on how do you apply science and on for what you apply science. If you apply science for secular things, for material things, then it's not a problem of science. It is what you are observing, what you are trying to understand. You are trying to understand the nature of matter,
Yes.
and you are applying science for that. If you are applying science to understand the nature of soul, then it is spirituality.
So it depends on how you use science.
It depends. It is the same attitude, the scientific attitude that a sadhaka, seeker, has to have. If he doesn't have a scientific attitude, then he will just believe in something blindly. He'll take it. But if he wants to really understand what soul is, who am I, he has to apply the same principle of science.
How can you, find out who am I through science?
It's not through science in the sense that I'm not talking about physics and chemistry and biology and botany.
Okay.
I'm talking about the attitude, scientific attitude. And scientific attitude is you don't stop anywhere. You keep on observing and you keep trying to find the truth. As Atharvaveda says that maybe he's in one of those layers high above. But maybe he's beyond those layers. So you don't stop. That is a scientific attitude.
So once you have reached like a dead end, then you try to go
It becomes
beyond.
a belief system.
Okay.
Once you reach a dead end and you stop there, it becomes a belief system. Then you have a dogma, you have a doctrine.
That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Because you have stopped your search.
I see.
You stop your search and you think this is the absolute truth. And this has been the cause of problem everywhere in the whole world. Every belief system thinks that their finding is the last finding.
Yeah, so everybody wants to be that we are the latest.
We are not only we are the latest, we are the absolute.
Oh, we're the absolute. Okay,
Absolute,
that's true. Yes.
And whereas spirituality, true spirituality as understood by the ancient Hindus, does not stop anywhere. It's a question mark. It's a mystery.
Do you mean it's like expanding?
It's expanding. It's expanding. And if there is a theory that the universe is expanding, then I feel that the maker of this universe, if there is a maker, you may call him God or whatever, goddess, whatever, should be expanding also. Ever expansive.
Wow. That's quite difficult to understand that concept if you are like raised in a certain tradition that the maker is there at the very beginning and that's it.
This is the problem. This is the problem that we have reached to certain end, certain point, and we think that point is the last point. There is nothing beyond. There is nothing beyond. Like in the yogic tradition, we have this the states of consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah, dream state and conscious state and deep sleep and all that. And then the fourth state is the Turiya.
Yeah.
And then after that, there is beyond Turiya. Beyond the fourth state. And that beyond the fourth state is no more defined, no longer defined. How many states there are?
Can you measure the beyond the Turiya?
You can keep on walking.
Keep on walking.
Keep on walking, there's no end.
I see.
Keep on experimenting with yourself. Keep on experimenting with yourself, there is definitely no end.
So it's a matter of like going deeper into your
Deeper and deeper.
search.
Yes.
So what do you? So that means science and spirituality actually can meet.
Of course, it is. You see, when you approach spirituality, you approach soul or anything to do with soul, anything to do with spirit, anything to do with the infinite. You have to have a scientific attitude.
I see.
You have to have a scientific attitude. There comes a point, Adi Shankara.
Yes.
He was having a scientific attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But there comes a point when voluntarily you give up and you say that, okay, I have understood now that the mystery is not possible to be solved. It cannot be solved. The mystery is mystery. And that he or she or that is without end and without beginning.
So do you think it's okay? So that means it's okay, like, okay, let's just not continue on searching and let the mystery be.
I think you must search first.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
You must search first, because if you don't search first and you don't arrive at this point by yourself, then you can never be a devotee, you can never be a bhakta.
But then how do you know that it's time to stop?
You'll know it. You'll be so exhausted, you'll be so tired.
So that means the more we get to know things, the more we don't know. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, the more you don't know, and then as long as there's a desire to know, you should pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's a desire. See, in Bhagavad Gita, I think it was chapter 11th where Arjuna gets the Vishwarup Darshan.
Yes.
He gets the cosmic darshan, the cosmic vision. In spite of that, it takes 6-7 more chapters.
Yes.
To say that now I do your bidding, O Lord, It takes so many chapters, and Krishna allows it to happen.
In that sense, Krishna was like actually surrendering.
Arjuna.
Arjuna was
At the end of it.
At the end of it.
At the end of it. But it takes time. Even after having cosmic consciousness, after realizing that all is one.
So Arjuna had to exhaust his mind, or
yes,
I don't know what you call it, the mind.
Exactly. Exhaust his mind to that extent that the mind is no more there. It is pure consciousness, and then bhakti becomes very natural.
So that's interesting. So what do you suggest that in one sentence about the meeting of spirituality and science, if you can rephrase it in like one sentence?
But there's no meeting. I mean, the spiritual seeker is very scientific.
Spiritual seeker is very scientific.
And he stops not until he's totally exhausted, and he comes to realization, not a borrowed realization, not because we are discussing this and tomorrow morning somebody gets up and he says, okay, I have exhausted my mind and now I'm a devotee. No. When this thing happens, really happens by itself, you experience it and then you surrender. And then you don't even have to surrender. The surrender happens.
So surrender has to happen just on its own.
Exactly.
Right. That's okay. That makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people think that, oh, I've reached the end and that's it.
Most of the people, especially when we are recording this in Indonesia, and as you know, most of our Indonesian friends, all our friends, most of our people, they understand that spirituality also can be separated. This is spirituality belonging to this belief system, that is spirituality belonging to that belief system. So whereas spirituality cannot be divided like that.
Yeah, spirituality is one basically.
Yes.
You're beyond barriers,
yes,
isn't it?
Exactly.
So that's very interesting, Swamiji, for this topic.
Thank you.
We hope that we'll come up with another topic
Thank
after
you.
this discussion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.